In your last job, how much were you paid?
160,000 pesos.
Per month?
Yeah. Like, I really think about, if I want to buy a chocolate, I really think about it.
You have to really think about
Yeah,
that.
Wow.
of course. I'm like middle class, and we are struggling,
That's just shaken me to my core of how careful everybody is being and how careful you are having to be to get your stuff.
Yes, Tommy.
I have a gift.
He's a character, isn't he? Hello, little kitty cat.
That's
It
good.
bit him.
See.
Wagwan people thems. So it's been probably about a month now actually that I last reacted to this band. So just as a reminder and a recap, but my friend is Not So Strangers, and he met a really cool band in Buenos Aires, and I guess the rest is history. Like, really fell in love with them, their sound, what they stood for, what they're trying to achieve, and he really wanted to kind of like assist them in terms of like getting out there and getting people to hear them and just really helping them, giving them some support. And I'd said, he showed me like a little bit, and I was like, dude, I want to watch all of this. So he's done like a documentary, which is kind of detailing like their journey so far. So I've watched the first part and I've watched the second part. So this is the third part. So the last bit that I saw was for a song called Devi. It was just a really nice song. Like, it was just a really, really cool song, man. And like, you really got a good sense of who they are as a band. And I just already am rooting for them. I'm already rooting for them. So I've been itching to get back to this, but I've just had so many other reactions to do. So as it's a Thursday and it's my friend's day, this is going to be part 3 and part 4. So I mean, I might even get in part 5, depending on how long the parts are. So let's waste no time. This is part 3.
In your last job, how much were you paid?
160,000 pesos.
Per month?
Yeah. Like, I really think about, if I want to buy a chocolate, I really think about it.
You have to really think about
Yeah,
that.
Wow.
of course. I'm like middle class, and we are struggling,
That's just shaken me to my core of how careful everybody is being and how careful you are having to be to get your stuff.
Yeah.
And how everybody's looking so intently at the price, and the empath in me was feeling pain because of how difficult that was for everybody in the shop. Because you guys are so educated, so sophisticated, it doesn't feel that way when you're walking around on the streets. Only when I go and shopping with you and see everybody else shopping the same way does the economic problems kind of show itself.
20,000 pesos.
20,000 pesos.
Yeah.
And that's quite a substantial.
Yeah, for me it's like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, right now I'm without a job, so that makes it like harder. But as I told you before, I used to get paid 160,000 a month.
So 20,000 out of 160,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I buy the big one because I think about the things, because it may seem like it's crazy, but this same purchase would have been like maybe 10,000 pesos 2 months ago.
But literally double.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's what happens in Argentina. Like, these kind of things, maybe in 2 months, are double the price they are now.
It'd be interesting to know how much they are now.
And your salary wouldn't go up.
This is back
until
in
months.
February.
Of course not. I went to an interview on Monday, and they offered me 130,000 per month.
It's not enough.
No, it's so messed up. Like,
You need to sing a song about this.
yeah.
Like,
We need to find a way.
The way you guys live and the way you guys are under such difficult circumstances is just amazing. It's just amazing. It's hard to find the words to talk about it. Like, so if you can find a song that talks about that in the way that you guys do, in the way that you guys live your lives, and with so much dignity, with so much like sophistication, with so much love for each other, but also the anger at the situation that's happening. Like, these are real people that are really in this situation that you're in. If you can find a song that communicates that in a way that other people can relate to, and with the talent that you have, could be rocket fuel. It could just, it could change your life. Like, that's what, every time you're making a song, it could change your life. Every single time.
Different goes into that's part 1, part 4. Different goes into that. I think like this was something that Andy had mentioned to me at the time, and I remember being like, I don't really know much about Argentina really, and I didn't really know much about the financial situation there, and you know, the world in itself is a little bit crazy. Do you know what I mean? I think sometimes, you know, rightly or wrongly, like people around the world are very focused on the things that are in front of their noses, you know, because life is difficult for a lot of people, and you know, a lot of things can be very relative, you know, but when you then equate what another person is living through, like that comparison there, 160,000 pesos works out to about £123 a month. Like, I don't even, I couldn't even imagine, like, I couldn't imagine a month of that, because the bills themselves, gas, electric, water, like, that would be gone with that, surely. Like, in a heartbeat, never mind buying groceries, never mind, you know, just living, like things like your mobile phone, if you want to work out and go to the gym, if you've got a car to run, if you've got children, if you've medical expenses, pets if you've got any, travel expenses, you know, and then there's the fund you need for just like living. Do you know what I mean? Like things that you do outside of just surviving, like, you know, whether it's buying, you know, going out for food sometimes, going out with your friends sometimes, like getting a drink sometimes, like just things that, you know, are important to just living life as well, as opposed to just surviving life. So seeing her doing a shop like that and having to be like so cautious about a chocolate bar, that's it's just a good reminder that life is difficult for a lot of people, man. And even despite all of that, they're still in that studio, creating, making, having love for one another, being hopeful, striving for a dream. And I think there's a lot to be like taken from that. You know, sometimes even with my channel, I can get like so like frustrated with where I want it to be and it's not there yet, and you know, I put a video out and nobody watches it, and I'm like, oh no, like this is terrible. But you know, it's steering the course, it's staying the course, isn't it? It's staying the course, and you know, being so entwined with your passion that regardless of your circumstance and your environment, you know, notwithstanding that it's actually plausible and possible, that you just continue pushing, you continue going for it, and that's quite inspirational for me, sat here to watch that. So yeah, that was a I say a good part. It's a very information, a very informative part, and one that kind of I guess makes even like my little bit in terms of just reacting to these guys. You know, it might be only one person watches my video. It might be 10, it might be 20, it might be 100, who knows. But if it can help in any kind of way that I'm able to give my opinion on what I think of them, and then that leads other people to kind of see them to any degree, I think that's really awesome. And I'm like really happy to kind of as I play any part in that, because even from the first part, I was like, I really like. There's something about them that I kind of like, and then that Debbie tune, I was like, this is cool. And like, it's got a nice vibe to that. And then I know there's kind of a mission and a purpose behind it too. That just ticks boxes. So, okay, Wiki, let's watch part 4 and see what they're covering in this section.
Sorry, my room is a mess.
That's alright.
I arrived
Looks pretty tidy.
recently, so
You play the guitar, the bass, and the piano as well, or you?
no piano, no, but I can recognize the notes
Okay.
and can do something, but I don't play piano. And guitar, bass, just more, and harmonicas I have here.
Yes, Tommy.
I have a gift.
He's a character, isn't he?
Oh,
That's my favourite. You're welcome. My GoPro, I give it to you, and you film whatever you want. Like, just surprise me.
Hello, little kitty cat.
That's
It
good.
bit him.
That's good, man.
the big.
Ah, see. So like this.
Oh,
That is
okay.
P.T. Alvarez. So I lost all my and
So you got to use that one for the spark, and that one for the gas.
I've been there.
well, I have I buy one yesterday.
And how long have you known Joaquin?
Since I was born.
Since you were born.
Wow.
So you've also known Dolly that long as well.
Yes, since she was a baby.
See. So that's something that makes, I think that's something that makes Los Titeres really special, but also must be difficult as well, because you're like a family.
Yes, and Faca also.
Faca as well?
No, Faca in the school.
Still a long time.
Acá, bueno, acá arrancando la noche.
Uff, no me la container.
¿Sabés qué es esto, no? Me lo dio Andy para parte del documental.
¿Ah, sí?
Me with Jaquea, we are like brothers.
Tengo la sensación que ahora está tocando alguna canción.
So I always dream when I was studying to do music, to have a drums, but I have no place. It's an instrument that
You need the space.
all the people hate you.
Yeah.
All hate you if you play drums.
Tommy, te pasaste, boludo.
Pero yo estoy esperando que me digan.
Pero no tenés que esperar que te digamos, estamos con los huevos que nos rozan el piso, boludo.
All day.
Mucho tiempo.
Tell me about an idea that you had that everyone said no. Something what's the craziest?
No, the craziest idea, they me acompañaron. They follow me in some crazy idea like the videos of the old man.
Che, loco, deberíamos fumar un día más de ensayo, chabón.
No, pará, guacho, cargado de laburo.
Pero loco, pará, it's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll, papá.
Me parece bien. Te preocupas,
Not lying.
Mira, hablando de Roma.
¡Epa! Se viene la fecha maquina, papá. Hay que meter ensayo, loco, dale. Che, loco, me empieza a agarrar la paranoica. ¿Vendrá la gente? ¿Están vendiendo entradas, boludo?
Y yo invité un par, no me confirmaron todavía.
Boludo. Vengo del año 2090 y sigo conservando la entrada de lo bueno que estuvo. La gente que no fue hasta el día de hoy que se quiere matar. Así que ustedes preocúpense por ensayar.
Bueno, gracias por la info.
Gracias.
The thing is, like, if
I
all the
love
dreams
that.
come true and the band becomes huge, then there's going to be a lot of partying coming your way. A lot of, like,
Yes, I feel
Yes.
stressed.
that they have to start the family.
Start a family.
Yes,
Interesting.
because
So you planned this. You've got it planned out.
if I don't have a family or something that I have to be there, or I could end that fuck.
Okay. I guess rock and roll in it.
I do this sometimes. This is the paint I made when I come back from Patagonia. That first that I meet Joaquea. I don't see him for 5 years, and then I do
Long
this
time ago.
because there I took the tambourine and I start there, and there was a piano.
But what is this?
This no, that is weed, but it's
Is it
gonna
weed
be
or a brain?
it's no
Like a brain.
weed brain.
Weed.
It-
This is an album cover.
cover.
This is a song cover, like the artwork for a song.
These are made
That's cool.
from a song of electronic song. The sensation that leads me.
Wow.
This I don't know what this is. I just started painting. I think was my.
That's awesome, man.
I think
Yeah.
was my head.
It's like you should use this on the song covers on the.
Yeah.
I don't see
maybe.
why not.
Yes. This is a painting of a book, The Power of Now, and the brain. And the book says that you have an eye in your interior, un yo interior, una luz que está. O sea, que el chabón decía como, podés estar bien de ayer, de hoy para mañana. Si realmente decía, no, pero bueno, lleva un proceso. No, vos podés estar bien. Y el chabón tuvo así como con esa lucidez, como 6 meses de estar como... I'm speaking in Spanish.
It's like really clear to me when I spend time with you guys how much you love spending time with each other, and that's an Argentinian thing. Like Argentinian people can spend so long with each other,
Yes.
and if I go along after 2 hours, my battery is
Yeah.
and the Argentinians for 8 hours just keep going, and I'm like, I'm gonna pass out.
I study a career of administration.
Yo soy Caro, compañera de Tommy.
Ah.
¿Cuándo que trabajamos juntos? 3 años.
2020.
Lo amamos. Hola, ¿cómo le va? Acá estamos trabajando. Madre.
The beauty and the inspiration of people that are striving for something, that are following their passion no matter what, that you have to work all day and you rehearse at night. Like, it's wonderful, man. It's
Yes.
wonderful.
I remember them.
Yes.
And
I can come here and sleep or train, but no, it will be more easier. But I want this, and I have to fight until something happens. We practice. The practice some days finish, but 11 at 12 o'clock. If we talk something and you have to go to your home, eat, go to sleep to 2 a.m. and another day you have to work, and it's like you start to make more tired. I think that we are going to laugh a lot. Imagine Joaquea diciendo, negro, mirando, look where we are. We are just going to play in this stadium. That is what I want. I don't want the fame, not the money. I want the sensation of playing to a lot of people, and all that energy. That is what I want. What I love most is to play live. And for me, success will be try it until I die. At the same time, to be good in the present. Well, I want this, but I'm okay like this.
You know what? Like, again, I don't know this gentleman, but I feel like I've just got to know him through that. So I just want to just say again, if I've not said it already, like, this whole documentary thing I think is brilliant. I think it's such a really cool way to let people in to see more about, because obviously the thing that's going to draw people in straight away is whether they like the music. You know, you could have a great story, you could be a really nice person, but if it's the music you're looking to push and I don't vibe with the music, it doesn't matter how nice you are. The Pope could be trying to tell me tunes and I'm like, well, is the tune really popping? So I think the fact that what I've heard so far now musically, I'm like, dude, sick. And the thing is, because I've got quite an eclectic set of friends and stuff, I would imagine, and you know, an eclectic set of people that tune into my channel, like, I can imagine there'll be people out there that their music does vibe with them. So that's tick number one. But number two is, once you've then like got an interest in the music, you then take an avid interest in the people that are making that music. And I think this documentary has been really kind of accessible in terms of, you know, these are people who speak Spanish, so if you don't speak Spanish then there's already a bit of a barrier there. But the fact that like the subtitles are in it, and you know, Tommy can clearly, you know, switch between English and Spanish, so there's a little bit of access there, but overall it's, you know, your subtitles are here. I just think it's a really cool way to find out a bit more about them, the band. You know, I love the idea about taking the GoPro and just film whatever, yeah, and see what we come back with. He seems like a really funny guy as well. Tomish, is it Tomish? Sorry, I thought it was two eyes. Tomish, so like Tommy. Love the clip with him and the cat. Just, you know, no top on, just dancing around with the cat. You know, him kind of just not even realizing he was speaking Spanish for a little bit, like, oh, sorry, I was talking Spanish. You know, not knowing what some of his drawings are. Like, I think that Andy's absolutely spot on in terms of like, this could be like some really cool album art, because it's authentically from you. You've created this. It's from the mind of you. This is not some random bits and pieces that have been thrown together on Photoshop. This is come from your creative mind, which I think is amazing. But I think the thing that shines through from the clip about the financial woes in Argentina, and also from that clip with Tomish, is that these are real people with a real dream, and they just feel, I don't know, it feels quite exciting at the same time to be like, you know, they are striving for something. And actually, what was also interesting was when he was talking about like the late nights, getting in, like, you know, going to work in the day, like, and then, you know, coming back to then to go to the studio and practice and rehearse and create, not going to bed till like maybe 2 a.m. in the morning, waking up at 5 a.m. to go to work. Like, I can relate to that in a way, not the same, but before I left my job in December, that was my life for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. You know, trying to, you know, answer people back on my comments or record things, edit things, you know, be going like right through into the wee hours of the morning, and then having to get up and go and do a full day at work and be, you know, my job was a fairly responsible job, and it's difficult. It does take its toll. You know, I'm hoping that like my channel will continue to grow and become financially viable, that I can continue to do what I'm doing without having to go back into a 9 to 5, because that will crush my soul. But at the same time, you'll do whatever you need to do for your dream, and you know, I think for them, watching them talk about those kind of things, it's like, wow, like, you know, it is that exchange. I mean, if it's worth having, it's worth fighting for. And I think having Andy in their corner, I think is such an awesome, like, just the way it's been put together, like, you know, the little add-ins, the little clips, the voiceovers, the you know, the clip they had of Tommy's playing, I'm guessing like he was at home with like his parents, and they're like, we don't need to tell you to stop. You've been busting our balls all day. Like those kind of things are just so key and natural, and the questions he's asking and how, you know, that whole informal nature. I just think it's brilliant. Like, no smoke. I genuinely think it's brilliant. And I'm really looking forward to the next part. So I'll try and make sure that I don't leave it too long next time. But yeah, if you have checked out this video, or you did check out the ones before, I'd be really keen to kind of find out what your thoughts are about what you've seen in these two parts. Like, what do you make of, I mean, do you have any knowledge of Argentina? You know, has the inflation got any worse? Has it leveled out? You know, are these the type of people and bands that you would love to go and see? Like, would you put them on your Spotify? Yeah, just know a bit more, if you have watched it, what your thoughts were. So if you can, drop some comments in the comment box below. I'd be really, really grateful. And if you would like, even if you did enjoy this, then please do drop me a like and subscribe. That'd be really, really awesome. Thank you very much. And if you do want access to my videos before they come to YouTube, because I upload everything to Patreon first, then do head over to Patreon. It's a great way to help support the channel. And yeah, you can interact with me more, get more access to my content. So there's really no reason why you're not already there, to be honest, to be real. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.